Hola! We are trying to rent some bikes to get over to the Cenotes that are about 5 miles out of town. Unfortunately though, the bike shop doesn't open until 4, which is troublesome because the Cenote closes at 5. So we're trying to find a different bike shop, and we're just wandering to make that happen. Also, a lot of the bike shops close on Sunday, which is tomorrow, so we can't wait until tomorrow to go. We gotta go today. So keep that in mind if you're looking to ride your bikes over to Cenote Xkeken or whatever it's called. Let's check this place out. We got our bikes, as you can see, 15 pesos for an hour. She gave us a nice map, how to get to 3 different cenotes. Off we go. We're on the road, we're just outside of town now. So we're looking for the bike path that takes us to the cenotes. Keeping our eyes peeled, there should be signs, that's what they told us. There'd be no way of knowing. But I got a little map. So hopefully we'll find it. My bike has no brakes. We've been lost now for about 20 minutes, going in circles, different directions, but I think we're on the right track now. We just gotta find the bike path without getting hit by cars. Found it. We made that way more complicated than it had to be. Cenote Samaal. We're here. We paid our 50 pesos each, and now we're gonna jump into this thing. They also have a buffet in there, a lunch buffet, for another 90 pesos each. We skipped that. It looks very nice though. It's pretty sweet looking.
It's shallow.
Let's figure out how to get down there. Stalactites up there on the ceiling. Cenote Samaal, quite beautiful, as you can see. And the water's not as cold as they told us it would be. It's pretty comfortable. We conquered Cenote Samala. Now we're headed to the other one, for which I don't know its name, but it looks nice. So it turns out the last cenote we went to was not even the one we were trying to get to. But now we're here. We're getting some Mayan pork before we go jump in. And it's pretty delicious. So the cenotes that we're at now, one is called Cenote Samula, sorry. And this last one we went to was Samaal, which is why we thought it was the same thing. We thought we were mispronouncing it. No, that was totally different. So now this place has two cenotes, Samul and Xkeken, I guess. We will have hit 3 cenotes by the time the sun sets on today. Hello, little kitten.
Hello.
Is that your friend?
¿Es tu amiga?
All right, we're going in. Right, Xkeken. cave underground. There's no light except for this one little hole in the ceiling up there. Otherwise it's pumped in light. Let's go jump in. I think you can probably climb up over there. See if there's some other caves. These are tree roots hanging out from the ceiling. There's a tree growing upstairs and the roots are just coming through. And then there's a bunch of these stalactites on the ceiling. There's some bats over here. I can hear them squeaking. Oh, they're flying around. Yeah, they are up top on the ceiling. There's a bunch of them. They might think it's nighttime. They're all over the ceiling. Ooh, I bet there's caves up there. There's a dark cave. That's where they're coming from. Or it's even darker than this actual cave. Whew. Or if you can climb these tree roots. There's Brooke on the stoop, examining the water for fish to determine if she wants to get in or not. She's looking, she's considering. She doesn't know. There are fish, don't tell her. They'll nibble at her toes. Alright, that was badass. Swimming in a cave, in the dark. Crystal clear water, there are bats flying around over our heads. And it's super humid down here. As we're climbing these stairs, you can feel it getting chillier. Until we get out in the sun, it'll be hot again. We were way down here. Alright, so in the cave, I don't know how well you could see it in the dark, but there were roots hanging down from the ceiling. They were from this tree. All these trees, actually. They look just like what you're seeing, but they hang from the ceiling all the way down to the water, and I actually climbed one.
Best Cenote
Xkeken.
It was so cool. Water was comfortable. It was clear. It was just awesome.
Now we do Cenote Samula. There's a motorcycle rally going on up the street, so we got a bunch of biker gangs here hanging out, checking out the cenotes.
Here we go. We're going down to our third cenote.
You crazy mother!
This one's much more lit up because of this huge hole in the ceiling. So the water's crystal clear. You can see straight to the bottom. There are fish everywhere. And the water is not too cold either. Pretty comfortable. I just got yelled at for going past the rope. There's the hole out to the real world. Again, there's stalactites hanging from the ceiling everywhere. No tree roots from this one though. I think this one might be my favorite now. We're on the far end of the cenote where you can sit on this rock wall. Little benches kind of like built into it. Nature.
Nature is so rad.
So rad. Alright, Cenote Samula, now my favorite. Of the 3-4 we've seen, Samula, come and do it. What a day, that was really cool. I'm up at the top of Cenote Samula, going to try to find the hole in the ceiling that was letting all the light in. That allowed us to see how clear that water was. Here it is. You'd be in trouble if you tried to jump through this, because all these rocks fell through and they're sitting in a pile at the bottom. And there's a rope that goes across the swimming pool, across the water that doesn't allow you to come directly under this, because I think rocks are still actively falling pretty regularly. And I crossed that rope, I got yelled at. They whistled pretty hard at me. But yeah, if you try to jump through this, you would land on a gigantic pile of rocks. It is not deep, not even a little bit. Gotta go find our bikes now and get back to the house. We're already gonna have to pay the full day rate for our bikes. So we know of another cenote that is like 10-15 minutes right away, so we're gonna go check that one out while we have the bikes and while we have some sunlight. Here we go. Yeah, we went ahead and found ourselves out in the middle of nowhere. As you can see, it's just us in the middle of nothing. We crossed some railroad tracks and all of a sudden it was just completely rural, no houses, nothing. There was a sign though that said Cenote Oxman. There it is, right this way. All right, so we're on the right track. So we are out here. There's nothing around. We've ridden for probably 2 miles, haven't seen a house or a thing. It's just, I'm a person on a motorbike, there you go. Oh geez. Otherwise it's just a rough dirt road in the middle of some greenery. We have seen signs though, so I think we're headed in the right direction. We found Cenote Oxman, and it's pretty awesome. It's deeper than any of the other ones we've seen, at least the open ones. Let's check this out. All the way down. It's got the roots hanging. So we paid the fee, we're gonna go jump in there. First we're grabbing a beer though. It's a long bike ride through the middle of nowhere. We didn't know if we were ever gonna make it, but we did. The sun's starting to set. We don't know what time it is. Hopefully it's not too late. Get back before the sun goes all the way down. We'll be stuck in the middle of that forest. Oh well. Oh yeah.
You can do this. And just drop in.
Cenote Oxman.
Wow, I think I like this one the best.
Look how tall it is. Everyone we go to, we say it's our favorite, but this one is pretty cool. It's as deep as any of them. There's tree roots coming down. They have a rope swing. And here they have a ladder up to a ledge that you can jump off of.
Oh, wasteland. 5.8.
These are tree roots that belong to a tree all the way up there. They just kept growing down. There's a bunch of them all the way around this thing. Worth the bike ride. This place is awesome. We're gonna wrap this video up. Thanks for watching, guys.